Hey people, Infrared here, team free for all on White Walls of Caldera's green team. We have, this is Seraf I believe, with a Ravener Alpha, a tunneling hero, great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support begins with a ranged weapon, deciding where to put that first tunnel I guess. Alongside them, FrezeDEF with a Lord General fighting in ranged combat, begins with the retinue of Stormtroopers, can add to the retinue as really strong defense and support. Purple team, TL the Boneless is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. The Alpha Legion elite scheme I think. Alongside, Swagga Gitzsmakka is a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist, can infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support. On the blue team, Revs is a Hive Tyrant, a very durable hero with objects that cannot be suppressed, with powerful support and disruption, fights in melee combat by default with a basic synapse. I shall call you Alfonso. And rounding off the teams, I'm not sure what this letter is or how to say it or anything, so I'm gonna call them the Apothecary, a support hero fighting in melee by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Team free for all then. This is not going to be confusing. Each of the players with a Tyranid ally. Just see Alfonso the Hive Tyrant breaking everything. 2v1 against Seraf. So if we look at the map, each team has a natural victory point. The blue team's is here towards the northwest. Purple up here towards the northeast. And in the south, green has a natural victory point. Each of these has a generator that can be destroyed to disable the victory point. They're quite tough though. 1500 hit points on them. And you need to rebuild the generators to reactivate the VP, and it's not cheap, it's like 20 odd power to rebuild it. So expect quite a lot of action on those natural VPs. They might go for the early destroys on them. Apothecary already has a customized Stormbolter. In the mid, this map throws 3 victory points in here, so this is going to see some huge engagements I imagine. Sorcerer goes down early. None of these gens in the mid have a generator on them, so they'll always be active. And for those new to free-for-all games, in this game mode you are trying to accrue at the victory points rather than deplete your opponent's victory points. And in this one they've chosen a limit of 2000. Early lead here for purple with 2 VPs. They have that, well, they had that northern central one. Now blue have 2 VPs, they've grabbed this. Seems like a solid combination. A Hive Tyrant supported by a Apothecary, that could be pretty strong. Already Purification Vials up on the Apothecary too. Seraf does have triple Hormagaunts, Swagga Gitzsmakka with double Hormagaunts. TL the Boneless lost their Heretics and their Sorcerer. We got a multi-laser turret going up in the mid. Brave Guardsman capping the VP there. Triple cap now for blue. Have their natural and 2 of the central points. Lord General takes that central garrison to get some free shots in. Now they're going to try and take out the multi-laser turret. It might be salvaged here. Sentinel gets a good stomp. Takes a lot of damage doing it and does not get away. Down goes the turret. Here's some Eternal War Chaos Space Marines for Boneless. Going to try and grab that VP I guess. What have we got on the way? Heavy Weapon Squad for FrezeDEF. Got a 1-2-2 cap now. Maybe they can get 2 each. Nope, green just lost 1. What is this? This is Seraf trying to bash the gen. As you can see, it takes a while. 1500 hit points is quite a lot to chew through without a bashing unit. So I assume they have the same kind of building light that a generator has. But I'm not actually sure about that. They might have the different building type that isn't vulnerable to flamers and stuff. Scouts with shotguns being chewed on a little bit. Have to run, fellas. There you go. Being chewed on is not in the Codex Astartes. Gonna see a retreat purification vial maybe. It might have already been used. He's missing energy there. Now he's gonna shoot. Oh, there it is. Gets the Hormagaunts off the power. This is a natural power for the blue team. What is this? Look at this Ravener Alpha stealing that very natural wreck point up there. Didn't even use a tunnel to get there, I don't think. It's got a tunnel here in the middle and one down here. They're trying to crush it, are they? Or shoot it or something? They might not have even noticed it there. Oh, we do have a tunnel. Oh, we just built one there, look. They did bash that generator. Good grenade on these Hormagaunts. We're trying to get a decap on that natural power. Can they finish off the Hormagaunts? They cannot. Ravenous Alpha is persuaded to leave, but that was pretty annoying for the blue team there. Lots of harassment from Seraf. They've still got the 2 victory points in the mid. They're going to lose them though. Or lose one of them. FrezeDEF's Lord General's on 1 with a medical sergeant fella there. Tier 3 for Swagga Gitzsmakka. Tier 1 and Tier 2 are for chumps. Going to try and get Carnifexes marching maybe already. Warrior Brood on the field for Revs, going for a more traditional opening here. Actually using Tier 1 stuff. Seraf and Swagga, the other Tyranids, going straight for Tier 3s. We'll see if it pays off. If rushing to Tier 3 pays off, or if the more slow and steady pace of Revs is a bit better. Depends on their allies as well, of course. The Boneless with Noise Marines up in Tier 2. So they are indeed getting the Blastmaster upgrade that could do a lot of work in the mid. And that's a pretty nasty combo as well, eh? Lictor Alpha and a Chaos Sorcerer. Wild throw. Dodged. Heavy weapon squad with a heavy bolter gets rid of him. Ravenous Alpha. No war gear on this fella yet. Any other war gear? Oh, we do have Scything Talons on the Lictor Alpha. And a deadly jump. The Sorcerer with Robes of Torment. That could be super effective in the mid if you can might be able to catch like 4 players' armies in a big Chain of Torment thing. Got a VP lead here for the blue team, but they have no victory points capped right now. They had to go back to their own territory and retake things and rebuild this power gen so they can cap this victory point back again. Blastmaster, can you get a good shot? Hit something. Just hit the Lord General's Sergeant fella, I think. Are purple going to try and cap this? Where are the shrines? Surprised we haven't seen some Tzeentchian shrines up. They are in Tier 2. We got some heretics though. So they can worship Tzeentch and infiltrate their stuff. And some Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines to put pressure on, keep them off the VP, create a bit of space. VPs are very close actually. All up in the 300s. Only 10 or so between blue and green team. More harassment over here from Seraf on this natural power. The only player I've seen really go for the natural power. Other players seem to be focused mid, kind of. Oh, Hormagaunts getting roasted though. They're going to wipe unless Seraf pays attention. Gets them out of there, I think. Already lost the other Hormagaunts as well somewhere. It seems like Acid Splatter is up on the Ravenous Alpha yet. Fully kitted out actually. Acid Splatter for the splash damage melee. We got Regenerate for a bunch of toughness and persistence in the field, and Strengthened Sinew. I can't remember the last time I saw Strengthened Sinew used. It makes your Ravenous Alpha a fair bit faster. It's a cool war gear. Still level 1 this guy, but pretty damn dangerous now. Oh geez, there's a Dreadnought though. Not a whole lot Seraf can do against this. They are in Tier 3 with tons of resources. Are they going straight for a Swarm Lord? Seems like it. Swagga has a Carnifex up. And they can get another one soonish. Maybe the Tier 3 rushes have paid off. Seraf has lost their entire army though. They're going to have a Swarm Lord and nothing else. Maybe they were just trying to... Did they mean to get them wiped there and just free up their population completely for Carnifexes and stuff? Here's the Dreadnought. Ravenous Alpha just needs to leave after they cap this. Just got into the tunnel, back to the mid. Nobody can grab this VP. Fierce fighting between purple and green. Here comes Alfonso, the Hive Tyrant now for blue team. With Crushing Claws and improved Synapse. Oh, did a special attack. Still killed that fella. But it looks like their Noise Marines are going to get away. Kicking off in the mid. The Lord General trying to cap. Why did they all run? Was it because of the Carnifex there? Or the Dark Flames? Don't think they needed to run. But they sure did. We have Revs continuing to play kind of standard, slow and steady. As if it was a regular victory point game. And they've got some Venom Brood up with the ranged synapse to buff the double termagants. These guys still with the barbed strangler. Sternguard veterans up for the Apothecary, and another Carnifex on the way for Swagga. Seraf has the Swarm Lord up, super unit for Tyranids, provides a speed and reinforcement synapse, but you need other Tyranids for that to help. Although it does affect allies, I think, even if they're not Tyranids. At least it used to. Used to be able to reinforce with a Swarm Lord, which is a bit weird. Not sure if they changed it over the years. Sorcerer's down on this VP. Purple are taking it. Got a Stranglethorn Cannon Carnifex here. Swagga's other one unupgraded, kicking off towards the northwest. Lictor Alpha putting some pressure on. Just got crippling poison though, and then taken out by Alfonso. What level are you now, buddy? Almost level 3. Revs does go tier 3. Looks like FrezeDEF is the last player in tier 2. They've got a Manticore though. That seems pretty damn useful to fire on the mid. Need to babysit it a bit though, I think. Stormtroopers as well. Looks like the attacks. What were they up to? What were they trying to decap? I'm not sure. Those were the Apothecaries. Oh, Sternguard veterans. Were they trying to get to this maybe? More Tzeentchian worship. Still no shrines though. Where are the shrines? We might see a brood nest towards the mid as well at some point from Revs. Is that double Stranglethorn Cannon? It is. Could be very nasty. Good Blastmaster shot there. I hear an autocannon. Oh, it's back there. Blastmaster gets another vision shot. It's a Manticore strike. They were just getting vision for their Manticore. I think they wiped something out. What did they wipe out? Not sure. There's a Dark Flames though. Oh, it's a painful Dark Flames. Holy crap, those guys using the Lord General's Sergeant medical packs to heal a bit there. Look at these VPs. Blue team with the lead. They've stretched out a bit of a lead here. Like 190-ish ahead of green. 170-ish ahead of purple. Purple are taking a couple of points in the mid though. I haven't seen any other VP bashes. Oh, look at this. Swarm Lord of Seraf in base trying to take out the Dreadnought. Dreadnought is being repaired. There's a Tyrant formation which helps and takes out the Dreadnought. Seraf now, yeah, he's just getting all monstrous creatures here. One Carnifex is already up. Another one on the way. Can't select the Ravener, so he's probably in a tunnel or something. Oh, is a Swarm Lord going to go down here, though? Venom Brood are on it. Electroshock Grubs were in from the Warrior Brood, and here comes Alfonso, the Hive Tyrant, with heavy melee damage. He's already used the Leech Essence, trying to stay on the Venom Brood, which are the biggest threat. Trying to make it so they can't shoot at them. Swagga Gitzsmakka with another Carnifex. Now trying to get away. That was Seraf's Capillary Tower, but I don't think it affects the Swarm Lord. Or does it? Didn't seem to speed him up there. Maybe it did. 4 VPs controlled by the purple team. Down goes the Swarm Lord. Seraf does have a couple of Carnifexes. No upgrades on them, and they haven't moved. Ravener Alpha goes mid. What is this? Terminators, I guess. Yep, Terminators in for the Apothecary. Now a Swarm Lord for Revs. And as you can see, they have this balanced army here. What's Swagga up to? They got double Stranglethorn and a Venom Cannon. Probably not a good map to get a super heavy vehicle in the mid. Maybe a Land Raider Redeemer would be good for the support here. But it seems pretty cramped. It's not so bad for Carnifexes maybe, because they can't get their rear armor, and they're actually decently mobile compared to tanks and stuff. They don't have to, you know, reverse and then turn. They can just turn on a pivot. They might be okay for Land Raiders because they can't get rear armor hits either. But I think they're a bit big and bulky and slow. Boneless is floating huge amounts of resources. I don't know why. They got a couple of Blast Masters in the mid. Another Swarm Lord on the way for Seraf, sorry. These 2 Carnifexes still just hanging out here, which is very odd. Ravener Alpha's on capping duty. Some Advanced healing from the Apothecary there. Gets hit by a Blastmaster. The Terminators aren't too bothered by it. They got a Cyclone Missile Launcher. There it is. Too far away to hit, I think. Might get a few hits. Yeah, they got a few. Blastmasters are still painful if you're Terminator. Just can't knock you over. Apothecary goes for the cap. Oh, subjugated Terminators now. Just shooting at their own Apothecary. That's a lot of damage, and then they use their teleport up. Now they're back in control of the Apothecary, who tries to run and does get away. They can pour a lot of damage on these Terminators here. Getting hit by the green team and the purple team, and there's Chains of Torment. I wonder if these Terminators are done for. I think they might be. They can't teleport out. Apothecary doesn't have a Librarian or anything. Yeah, there's no way they're getting out of it. I guess it's pretty damn risky to have Terminators up if you don't have a Librarian or like Sorcerer support, because you don't have one team to worry about, you have two teams to catch those Terminators out of position. And now that they know the Sorcerer has subjugation, I wonder if they'll bother getting another Terminator squad. Here's a great unclean one for Boneless. Spent their resources at last, well, some of them. Apothecary's down to just scouts. Swagga with soon to be 4 Carnifexes. Seraf is finally on the move. You see the speed bonus does affect the Carnifexes. They have gone for double Venom Cannon. I was hoping they were going to go for double Thornback and just have full on melee monsters going, because then they could tie up these Carnifexes, you know. But Venom Cannon is super effective from range, as you can see, against large targets. There's that great unclean one. Can anything cap this though? Yes, Guardsmen are on it. Barb Strangler, or rather Strangle Thorn Cannon, trying to get shots on the Swarm Lord. Great unclean one backing off a bit. The Sorcerer can teleport it out with his Warp Global. Carnifex on the way now for Revs, and Revs has their own Swarm Lord, let's not forget. Where is it though? It's over here. Looks like they're leaving the mid for now, maybe. Leaving them to fight the mid. The Carnifex goes down for Swagga. They lost 2 Carnifexes there. They're down to 2 now. Here comes a tank for the Apothecary. Not sure about a tank, buddy. There's Venom Cannon Carnifexes here. There's a lot of potential anti-vehicle. There's a Las Cannon here. Purple take the lead. Green have a triple on the caps now, though. Take a catch up decently well. A bunker with something inside of it, not sure what. A couple of things inside, I think, actually. Mark of Corn, CSM, slicing and dicing through the Las Cannon. They get it out of there, but they're very low. Level 3, though, so they're decently tough. Up near 2,000 hit points. Bioplasma shot gets the Sorcerer off the cap, but they get straight back on it. Blastmasters are back in the mid. Great unclean one took a lot of damage here. Can they get this great unclean one down with the Venom Cannons? There's the Nurgle Vomit stuff. I don't think you want to use that on vehicles though. Piranha Formation from one of the Tyranid players. Maybe from Revs. There's another one. This one might be Seraf. Seraf has another Swarm Lord on the way. Revs lost some of their... They lost both their terminals. Or maybe they just let them die at this point. Double cap for blue, no cap for green, and a single for purple. There's the tank of the Apothecary. That's a Sorcerer down in the mid. 2 of the points in the mid are blue. Does that mean they have a triple? It does. Blue team with a triple VP cap here. And the slow and steady pace of Revs might be paying off. They've preserved their units pretty well. Swagga with the third, well, their 5th overall Carnifex, I think, but they're going to have 3 on the field, probably. Land Raider Redeemer for the Apothecary here. We'll see what that can do. Is it going to be super helpful? Because the Apothecary only has a single infantry unit. Revs only has 3. I guess we'll see. He might just get focused down and destroyed. I think it would make more sense if you had large infantry armies. Maybe that's what the Apothecary wants to get after they get the Land Raider. We've got some Chaos Terminators for Boneless, going for the auto cannon, which seems like a smart choice in the current situation of a bunch of Carnifexes and stuff. Just kind of sit mid and provide some fire support. Tank is getting some repairs. The Tyranid allies can't repair anything, unfortunately for them. Got a level 3 Manticore though for FrezeDEF, sitting on their natural VP. What is this? That's just a tunnel. What is this? Oh, sneaky Lictor Alpha. What's he up to? Level 3. Going for a decap. Going for a decap there. Blue team have all the central victory points. They're on a 4 cap right now. The Carnifexes of Swagga backing off the mid. Swarmlord putting pressure on. And of course Alfonso putting pressure on. Should get up his warp field, because none of his current war gear uses energy. It's all just passive stuff, so he can put all of his energy into his warp field, become tougher and tankier in the field. Level 5 Apothecary here. You've seen Armor of Apothecary in action, of course. Some more repairs for the tank. Doesn't like Blastmaster Shotstone. Here comes some sneaky Terminators and the Great Unclean One. Also, they're trying to shoot down the scouts. For now, the vomit comes a little bit late. Tank survives. And there's the Land Raider Redeemer. This thing is a mobile reinforcement and retreat point. It's kind of like a mobile base. Has some good guns on it too. Twin linked assault cannon, multi-melter on top, and some flame storm cannons. Most of those guns are relatively short range though. It's kind of getting messed up by these auto cannons, and there's a Manticore strike. I don't think it's going to hit it. Las Cannon and Auto Cannon are going to town though. Here comes a Great Unclean One. This guy passively damages nearby enemies and has some nasty abilities, as we've seen. They're trying to chase down the Land Raider. Not sure how much longer this thing's going to last. Looks like it's scared off the Great Unclean One for now. Purple are capping the top of this central triangle, and green have the other two. Green on a triple now. Have a Bane Blade on the way out. The Land Raider does go down. Triple Venom Broods coming in from Seraf to get it done. And they're going to have 4 Venom Broods supported by a Swarmlord here. Ravenna Alpha is down level 3 somewhere. Oh, over there. Was going for a decap. Oh no, they might have the Swarmlord. Yeah, they got the Swarmlord now. There's a Electroshock Grubs. Venom Brooder there. Down it goes. Just got a bunch of Venom Brood now, has Seraf. Free-for-all things, you know. 4 Carnifexes for Swagga, though. What you got? All Venom Cannons, okay. More Terminators for the Apothecary with an Assault Cannon this time. Very good at shredding infantry. Lictor Alpha gets a decap. And I think they should escape here. Alfonso wasn't happy. They're okay. That was blue team's natural victory point back to the mid. And purple looking to grab all 3 here. And stabilize a bit. Still no shrines up from the Sorcerer though. Might be a bit helpful, I guess. Maybe they think, you know, just a static target is going to go down in seconds kind of thing. CSM have done well. Level 4 they get away. Is the Manticore still up? The Manticore is still up. And here's the Bane Blade. What is this thing going to do? I don't think it's going to do that great. There's lots of stairs and stuff on White Walls of Calderis to get stuck on and hung up on. And it's just a little bit cramped in general. We'll see how it does, I guess. 4 cap now for purple. Going to take a lead very soon. Turner formation in there. Shooty Carnifex match. Some Electroshock Grubs as well. Great Unclean One vomits on some scout trying to... They got a decap on the wreck point, I guess. One of the Carnifex goes down for Swagga. Somehow didn't lose one of their Carnifexes, I don't think they're Revs, unless they had another one. There's that 4 cap for purple, down to 3 cap now. Bane Blade is in the mid, taking Blastmaster shots though. Some sneaky Stormtroopers going for the decap. Manticore gets rid of the Blastmaster. Yeah, the Blastmaster is set up though. I don't think it would have vision of this victory point here. So even though it's in range, they can't fire on it. Maybe if you force fired it would work. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's hitting objects here. Purple team take 100 VP or so lead, just over 100. Here comes Seraf with yet another Swarmlord. I think they've had like 4 of them. I thought they would be meant to be like super rare, unique, one-of-a-kind creatures. Just keep, I guess that's the whole point of them. They die, you just rebirth it somewhere. Guardsman on the field for FrezeDEF, I think just to provide some repair support more than anything. And FrezeDEF, I don't think they've dropped a turret in the mid. One of those Lord General turrets, which are pretty cool. Again, it's a big stationary target, but those things do a huge amount of damage. The Hive Tyrant, Alfonso on capping duty, might get shot by these guardsmen. Maybe. Nope, they're leaving him alone for now. Got a lot on their mind. Purple up to 1500 VPs. Surging here late. Swagga continues to just produce this conveyor belt of Carnifexes, supported by Boneless and their relatively balanced army here, actually. Squished, says Revs. Let them fight. Okay, see how that goes. Single cap for green. They have their natural, I guess. Blue team do not have their natural victory point at the moment. It's not destroyed, is it? No, it's got a health bar. It's just smoking a bit. Baneblade has survived. Hasn't really had a lot of pressure on it either. Guess they're keeping it far away from the actual victory point. Well, not far away, but they're not just sitting it on the VP. All the players have pretty strong rosters now, actually. Some solid armies on the field. This is the Swarmlord of Seraf, just taking Venom Cannon shots like crazy, and a triple Bioplasma shot on that blob of Venom Cannons. Swarmlord goes down, unsurprisingly. Great Unclean One may also go down. Don't think it's going to get teleported away. Yeah, down it goes. That thing will explode on death, dealing huge damage. Rocket Run going in. From FrezeDEF, obviously. It was nicely placed, just it's not super effective against the vehicles typically, because it can't drag them around. Now some shots on the rear of the Baneblade. Looks like it's going to get away though. There's a repair bunker back there, which is useful. Carnifex, Alfonso going in with Crushing Claws. Sorry, the Hive Tyrant Alfonso going in on the Carnifex. Get it right. Up over 1600 VPs, the purple team. Bioplasmas. Were the Bioplasmas nerfed? I think they were. Don't seem nearly as effective as they were against enemy vehicles. It's more for disruption, I suppose, these days. Terminators threatening the Baneblade with their power fists. Manticore Strike on their own bunker to try and get these pesky scouts out of it. There's a Demolisher Cannon and down they go. And any unit inside of a building that collapses, it's instantly killed. Purple with a 2. Blue with a 2. We can still come back here. 260 odd points in it. Swagga still has 3 Carnifexes. Maybe they should get a Zone Throat to try and heal them up with Symbiosis, eh? This is Revs Carnifexes. Trying to back off the mid. There we go, suppress the CSM. But the Terminators are still getting shots in. Can't suppress these fellas. Apothecary level 6. What else we've got here? A level 3 Sorcerer, level 3 Ravener Alpha now has Hardened Carapace, so it can burrow. Level 3 Lictor Alpha, level 4 Hive Tyrant, and they are getting the warp field. Surprised I didn't get it earlier, it's pretty cheap. I guess they wanted Carnifexes up, eh? Stormtroopers on the mid. Can they grab it? They got a decap at least. And I think they're going to get it. Green will put green at 2. Blue are now on 3. And purple on nothing. Purple are relatively close to victory, you know, like 2 ATVPs away. Banevader's done well. They've been very quick to back it the hell off when he gets in trouble. Now showing rear armor to the north though. Hive Tyrant just got bonded exoskeleton to help him cap in the late game, I guess. Damage on the Bane Blade. Got the Electro Shock grubs. Got a Plasma Cannon shot. Rocket run to try and save it. It's a good rocket run. Doesn't stop the Carnifex from firing though. Doesn't stop Alfonso the Hive Tyrant from getting in there either. Now going to be very tough, this guy. With bonded exoskeleton and the warp field. Down goes the Baneblade. They got it. Eventually, but they got it. Just a concerted push gets it done. Tier 3 Lictor here for Seraf. Still a triple here for blue. They're catching up to purple. Purple back on a single though. More Terminators for the Apothecary, and they have kept the other fellas alive. The Sorcerer hasn't been able to do his shenanigans on them. Where is the Sorcerer actually? He's being sneaky. No, he's not. That's his own territory. Getting back towards the mid, I guess. Stormblade on the way now for FrezeDEF. Bit of a breather. Still those 2 Blastmasters in the mid. They've done well. Infiltrated at the moment. So that was a Bioplasma shot. That did basically no damage to those CSM. Much more for the Disruption these days, I guess. Big damage from the Stranglethorn Cannon though. Manticore strike on the VP. Apothecary survives it. Subjugated Terminator is there, but they are unable to kill anything. Runner formation in the back line of purple. That was from Revs, I assume. Here comes Seraf now with their blob of Venom Brew. Up to 18-20, the purple team. They do have the 2 VPs capped. Back down to 1. Look at this though. Sneaky Lictor is going to grab blue team's natural for green. That puts green back up to 2. They've got a bit of VPs to make up. Not impossible though, 300 VPs to make up. And the mid is settled into a 2 blue, 1 green, but FrezeDEF wants to do something about that. Plasma Cannon might get a shot though, it does get a shot. Ouch. He's then forced to retreat. Good shot though. Power bashing here from Seraf. Hive Tyrants come to say hello with a special attack, which somehow only hit 1 model there. Seems to have low radius on that special. Stormblade is up. Stormblade, sorry, is up. Where is it? There it is. That big old Plasma Destroyer, ouch, on those Terminators. Triple cap for blue. They've caught up to purple. And they've destroyed a VP there, has purple. It was these Terminators that shot it down, I think. Seraf destroys a VP up here, then retreats. Good thing about not having a full Carnifex army, you can retreat them. And another Lictor on the field, another great unclean one on the way. There's the Lictor. It might go straight for blue team's natural VP again. Although there is stuff here looking after it. Not sure for how long. Back to the mid. Lord General barely gets away. Stormblade is here to say hello. We'll see what it can do to those Terminators, eh? But where are you facing? You're facing north. Blue team are very close now. A triple cap at 1923 VPs. That was just a regular Plasma Destroyer shot, not the overcharge. Plant Effects is doing a lot of damage though. Sped up by the capillary towers. There's electroshock grubs as well. Are you guys going to repair? Oh, they're trying to. They're trying to. Terminator's on it with Power Fist as well. Yeah, it can't survive. It can't survive. It's so tough for the super heavy vehicles, I think, in a team free-for-all. Oh, Corrosive Devourer now for the Ravener Alpha. And the Synapse Aura for damage. Which does affect all the Venom Brood fellas. Even though they are Synapse creatures. I guess it doesn't... Yeah, it just says allied Tyranid units, so... There you go. Looks like blue team are going to get this. All they need to do is look after their natural victory point, basically. Oh, which they're not doing. It was stolen by Seraf, but they have one in the mid. And that's going to be enough, I think. Trying a formation at the end, but blue team are going to take it. Slow and steady builds compared to the other players. And it pays off because Revs stayed very solid throughout the game, basically. Never had like less than 3 units, I felt like. Apothecary did get depleted but came back. Kept their Terminators alive. They were floating huge amounts of resources at the end as well. Look at that. Let's look at these heroes end of this game. Level 4 Ravener Alpha was putting a lot of pressure on this victory point. Had about 17 Swarm Lords. Level 6 Lord General with a sniper rifle. Tried their super heavy tanks and they were fun. And the initial Baneblade did okay. But the Stormblade not so much. Level 4 Sorcerer. Did some good subjugating. Level 5 Lictor Alpha. The Hive Tyrant was very solid. Got level 5. And the Apothecary also pretty damn solid. Level 8 there. Thank you for watching the mayhem. I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of it. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.